If you find yourself sitting at an airport during this government shutdown, be prepared to see none other than Kristi Noem's face all over the TV. That's right. Ice Barbie herself is now starring in Trump airport propaganda. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. It is TSA's top priority to make sure that you have the most pleasant and efficient airport experience as possible while we keep you safe. However, Democrats in Congress refuse to fund the federal government, and because of this, many of our operations are impacted, and most of our TSA employees are working without pay. We will continue to do all that we can to avoid delays that will impact your travel. And our hope is that Democrats will soon recognize the importance of opening the government.
Now, that is one hell of a way to scare people before flight. Seeing Kristi Noem. Yikes. But no, seriously though. That was some pretty obvious Fox News propaganda. Using federal resources, by the way. I mean, it's pretty dystopian, right? But it is funny how it is, apparently the Democrats' fault when they hold absolutely none of the levers of power, while Republicans have a trifecta, and have used that power to ram through tax cuts for the rich, Medicaid cuts, food stamp cuts. Hell, they even used nuclear option on Donald Trump nominees last month so that they could pass them all through, about 48 of them, with a simple majority. Yeah, but somehow Democrats hold all the cards here. No, here's the thing. Right now, Republicans are interestingly not, at all interested in getting rid of the filibuster, which is one way they could actually pass a continuing resolution. Yes, it's the nuclear option, right? Get rid of the filibuster, and then Republicans could have a simple majority vote to fund the government. Now, there are several reasons, I guess, why they can't do that or refuse to do that. John Thune's talking about, no, we're not going to do the nuclear option. They probably don't have enough votes on their side in order to get a simple majority vote, because you've got, the people on their side that don't actually want to fund the government at all. And so wouldn't vote for a continuing resolution. Again, there's some dissent in the ranks on the Republican side, right? But, if they manage to do that, then they could do the nuclear option, pass the CR with a simple majority. But if they did do that, well, then they would lose their ability to blame Democrats. And then, of course, when the House reopens, then there would be nothing to stop the Epstein files from getting released as well, as they have enough votes for that. So I guess the administration is pretty much stuck with lying and gaslighting the American people into, trying to, believe that it's not our fault that the government closed down. No, it's the Democrats. Now, yes, they voted against the CR. But why? Why? Because they're fighting to extend the tax credits for about 20 million people who get health insurance through the Affordable Care Act. Without the tax credits, their health insurance costs will jump at least 75%. At least. That would be a complete disaster. Okay? Young people would be priced out. They would drop out of the exchanges because they're younger and healthier and like, this ain't worth it. Right? I don't actually need it right now. And which would leave older, less healthy people in that system. And their prices would go up. They'd get priced out. And then you get a death spiral with the ACA. So now Republicans, they could do a deal with Democrats to extend the credits. They could roll back the changes to Medicaid, for example, and put the $1 trillion back into Medicaid over 10 years, which, by the way, would be good for Republican voters. Would be good for rural hospitals, okay? Because right now, rural voters and hospitals are just getting absolutely devastated by the cuts that were inside of Trump's big, beautiful bill. But they're not going to do that. Instead, they choose to lie and claim that Democrats are only doing this so we could fund illegal aliens, healthcare. Oh, yes. Which is pretty hilarious, right? Democrats don't even support Medicare for all Americans. What makes you think that they would want to give it to undocumented immigrants who are already barred by law from getting federal benefits? If you believe what they're selling, I got a Trump Bible to sell you, or a whole truckload of them. Okay, but look, here's the thing. We know Republicans are lying about this, but the video here, and this isn't the first, example of using federal resources to send messages to their workers that, the Democrats' political messages. It feels like a Hatch Act violation. It feels like this entire administration is just constantly violating the Hatch Act, which nothing, of course, will happen to them. But they're still doing it. They're still doing it, okay? Because remember, I did a story probably last week or earlier this week where you have government agencies that have been plastering their websites with banners that are blaming Democrats for the shutdown. That said, Republicans don't care. They're doing propaganda. And they're sticking it in the airports so that all the angry travelers, who are delayed, are going to have someone to blame that isn't Republicans. I mean, since Monday, more than 20,000 flights have been delayed, including 4,600 on Thursday alone, while around 13,000 air traffic controllers and 50,000 TSA agents keep showing up to work but are not getting paid for it. They're hoping, I guess, that these propaganda videos will work on those people. But funny enough, who paid for the propaganda video? Somebody had to, right? Where'd they find that money? I don't know. But again, anyway, I don't really feel like Republicans plan on ending the shutdown anytime soon because the ball is in their court. In fact, they're pretty mad that Trump seemed to have been undercutting them. At least earlier this week, Trump had said, oh, yeah, no, I'm willing to cut the right deal with Democrats to fund, the ACA, the tax credits. Yeah, I could do that. He then walked it back later on, because of course he does. But the damage was already done. It was already done. One unnamed Republican senator said of Trump, quote, he just muddied the waters for us, for sure. Now, the Democrats, they think we're wobbling. It doesn't help this week. Oh, sad. Another said that this was an opening for Democrats. Well, now they're actually not going to fold like we expected them to. Damn it! Well, there you go. Look, obviously there is one way to end this, and that's for the Republicans to come together with the Democrats and vote to prevent health insurance costs from exploding. That's got to be part of the CR. You can't just vote to reopen the government and expect Republicans to honor any deal that they made beforehand. Okay? Oh, yeah, no, go ahead. If you open the government, then we'll give you what you want. And then here comes the rug pull. Oh, did we make you a promise to extend the ACA stuff? Oh, you idiots. Oh, no, we're not going to do that. I would not expect Republicans to honor their word because there is no honor among thieves. So, yeah, this is going to continue, okay? And I say, Democrats, stick to your guns, okay? For once. Stick to your guns, stay the course, and do not give in. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.